Hello, Fabulous Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of April 2017, looking at life and love. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What a month it is, and it is all about Venus retrograde season. Venus is going to change directions this month, marking a pivotal moment in the Venus retrograde season. Venus will, in the middle of the month, stand still in the sky, close to Chiron, and reach out to Saturn. Saturn also is going to stand still in the sky and reach out to that Venus as well. So both these planets in really potent mode, if you will. Simultaneously, well, not so simultaneously, but this month as well, we're going to have Pluto slowing down to a halt and changing directions, going retro as well. Pluto, of course, being in your opposite sign. I mean, you put all this together. It is an important month in love for you. It is an important month in love for all of us, but for you, the transformative power of love is going to be especially highlighted. Now, all of us are going to be looking at love in terms of the reality, the truth, the sacrifice that love involves. All of us are going to be doing that. For you, it is going to reach right into the heart and soul of you in some very profound ways, in some very deep-reaching ways. And that is partly because we have a full moon happening this month, and that full moon is happening at the very base of your sky. Now, this part of the sky has to do with the past. It has to do with home. It has to do with looking back, understanding what was, especially way back when, like way back when, some cases way back to childhood even. And that is part of how Venus retrograde sometimes likes to operate. Looking back at our old patterns, maybe where our patterns initiated, where it is that we learned to love, where it is that we first learned to define love and understand love, how we defined love at that. As I look at the sky for you, this Venus retrograde cycle in many ways is about bridging that gap between the vision and the values you have where it comes to love and ultimately what you're really going for, what you really hope to achieve in the context of heart and love. Where it is that you actually believe and where it is that you actually are manifesting from a level of heart. Now, this can speak to different areas of life. Yes, relationships, of course, for you. Again, that Pluto is speaking very powerfully in terms of relationships, but also it has to do with a life that you love, a career that you love, or at least feeling aligned with a life purpose that feels connected to heart, that feels connected to a path of love and an elevated love even at that, with something you love at that. Can you have faith that what you love and what your heart wants is going to lead you in a direction of fulfilling a higher purpose, of fulfilling, having that vision and having that sense of fulfillment and manifestation? Can you bring them together or not? Where is it that you have to sacrifice for one or the other? Where is it that you have to let something go? Where is it that you have to let go of what it is you think you want in order to fully live some sort of a higher vision for your life? Part of that is part of the larger, more spiritual consideration for some of you out there. So that is part of how this energy has been playing out for some in a more literal way. A part of this can be playing out for some of you in terms of your career, your connection with your bosses even. Do you feel that your work is matching some ideal? Do you feel like what you're doing matters? Do you feel like the relationship you have with your higher ups is actually something that is matching a sense of meaningfulness or a sense of a vision that you had at some point in your life or not? So that is part of how this consideration can play out for some of you. And of course, there is that higher spiritual consideration as well, especially if you're doing something that you feel aligns with a sense of higher purpose. So this has been part of the spiritual consideration. And of course, living that life that you love, that is going to get a real burst of clarity right about now. Where is it that vision came from? What is it that you're willing to do for it or not? You can expect some clarity around that. Now, on a very mundane level, I do think that for some of you out there, this is going to be a time where, especially if there's been any kind of insights or consideration where you've been looking at bringing together love and issues of immigration and citizenship, legal matters, higher education, if there have been any need to bridge those two, you know, as if or as in sponsoring somebody that you care about, wanting to help out someone you love in terms of their higher education, in terms of a legal matter, this is where whether or not you're really willing to do it, whether or not it's worth doing it at all, what's really involved in the process, that is going to, you know, become very apparent. The truth of that is going to become very apparent to you now. And from there, you can make a much more conscious decision as to the best way forward for you. Now, what I really do like about this, and especially where it comes to Pluto and your opposite sign, you know, at the end of the day, relationships, they let you know their own will. Relationships can be very fated. Now, ultimately, it's up to you to decide what you want to do. But where it comes to bringing together love and these types of these types of matters that I mentioned, and you bring in that element of Pluto, that element of fate, relationships can sometimes show you what it is that they are meant to be and what they are not meant to be. This is going to be one of those very defining moments. So whether this is someone that you're interested in, whether this is someone that you truly desire more with, or whether this is a solid, committed relationship, it is going to point the way to what it is that it is meant to be for now, what it is that is meant to be at least in the immediate future, and what is the pathway forward from here. And from there, you can make a more conscious choice. What are you up for? What are you not? What are you signing up for? What are you not going to sign up for? At least be honest with yourself in that process. As I said, there is a full moon this month as well. Mid-month, that full moon is really going to shine a light on the past, on the deep past at that. And wherever it is you need to understand a deeper pattern, a more meaningful lesson that goes way back, way deep, that has to do what's happening on a level of spirit, on a level of karma, this is where the click will come. And this is where the shift will come as well. And when you understand that, that really can change everything. In the context of a present relationship, or in the context of your life patterns and future love, everything can get better when you realize a pattern and you realize that it is a pattern that you no longer need to repeat anymore. That's real freedom, and that is a freedom that all of us are being granted in some way. You are going to be one of the most blessed at the opportunity of this particular type of freedom now. And when that opportunity comes, cherish it, because it truly is a great blessing, the kind that you may cherish for a very long time to come. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video just like this each and every week when you log on to astrofabulous.com and sign up to become one of my superstars. I love my superstars. I love you all. I love my fabulous friends and fans. But yes, you can sign up to become one of my Astrofabulous superstars at astrofabulous.com or nadiyashah.com and get exclusive video scopes each and every week available to superstars only at astrofabulous.com. I'll see you there, and thank you so much for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.